welcome along to Southwest London. I'm delighted to say we've been invited to look around the latest property of London Shared, and I'm joined by co-founder Jake Willis. And Jake, I've already seen inside the house, beautiful, beautiful property.
5-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Obviously it's a terraced house, as you can see, and we've recently taken it over. We've just furnished the whole place throughout, and now we're looking to move in young professionals.
And would you say that you have a kind of cookie cutter approach to how you set the house up, or do you actually try and give each house a kind of individual flavour?
I think it's a mixture of the two. We've been doing this for over 8 years now, so we know exactly what's going to look good in a house, but at the same time we need to give each house a little bit of its own flavour, just so that we're not giving out standard, every time the same type offerings to people.
Well, I think a picture speaks 1,000 words and video maybe even more. So let's pop inside, we're going to take a look. Now we're in the lounge, Jake, and this is so important to creating a community aspect to the property, isn't it, where everybody can socialise?
It's great to have a communal area so that people can just come together, and after a hard day's work, I suppose it's somewhere where they can just chat, get to know each other and form a home. We spend a lot of time trying to make things the best use of space so that every single room is utilised, and we do our best to make it really welcoming so that people do feel like they're in a home. The last thing that you want is to come home to a place that just feels like a room where you've got nothing else going on. And
of course, if you do that, then tenants tend to stay longer, don't they? Because they feel much more at home, they feel part of a household.
Yeah, it becomes a sociable aspect for them. They make lifelong friends. Unfortunately, sometimes we've had whole groups of tenants that have all moved out together and things like that. A few relationships here and there have ended up sprouting up, so it's been really interesting and great to see.
Okay, well, let's go through to the kitchen now, because this is absolutely stunning.
But, as you can see, it's a fantastic kitchen, and we're really lucky to have been able to let this directly from the landlord. We had a really good canvas to work with from the beginning, so it was just a matter of us putting in a few different touches to make it look like a home.
What was the landlord's story? Can you remember?
She was moving outside of London. This is a family home, obviously. What is quite often the case is people want to get families in, but when they can't find them, they might look for alternative options, which is, we don't like to think of ourselves as an alternative option, but because we offer a different type of business model, they tend to come to us after they haven't been able to find a family. So she came to us, and hopefully she's happy with her decision.
Indeed, and I think one thing that I've found when you do present something to a very high standard like we see here is that tenants actually tend to respect it more, and you get less damage and less issues because they've come into an environment that they love and respect.
Yeah, definitely. The higher end the property, I'd say the better caliber tenants we end up having, and they stay for a very long time. So yeah, it's a great thing when we have something like this to work with, because the tenants come in and they treat it like it should be treated.
Indeed. Well, we're going to go through now and look at some of the bedrooms.
Cool.
Well, here we are in one of the bedrooms, and as you can see, it's a very sizable room, beautifully decorated, and again, it's set up to be very, very welcoming, almost like a sanctuary. I would love to come home to a bedroom like this.
Thank you. Yeah, we do what we can to make every single room a home, so I'm really pleased you say that.
Indeed, and it's actually almost the size of some one-bed flats in London. So in actual price per square foot for the tenant, I would imagine that this is actually very good value, because all the bills are included as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, we'd like to think so. With all of our rooms, they have an all-inclusive package, so everything from council tax to weekly cleaner is all covered. The problem with actually having bigger rooms like this is sometimes it's making use of the space so that it doesn't feel empty, which is why we put in a sofa and the desk and chair and a few other things.
It's a great idea as well.
Yeah, it's a cool place if you want to come back and work from home sometimes or something like that. You know, it's just nice to have.
And again, you've used a very high standard of fitting, and clearly something like having a good quality mattress. These are just small things that make such a difference, aren't they?
Yeah, over the we're here for a long-term contract, so it's 5 years, and we don't want to be changing beds every year or two just because we put in a cheap mattress. So we'd rather pay more from the beginning, put in better quality furniture, get better quality tenants, and then it's all going to work out better for us.
And I think from what we can see on the video, these rooms will also photograph very well, which is so important for the marketing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would imagine that you've got these kind of quality rooms must be very easy to let because they sell themselves.
I think so, yeah. We're very lucky in that we've been doing this for so long now. We know exactly what to do, and also we've gained a reputation with tenants within the community. So they come to us all the time asking when our new properties are going to come available. So they fly off the shelf.
Well, thanks ever so much for showing us around. It's absolutely stunning property, and I think you've really set the standard in rent to rent with the quality of your rooms. I've just really take my hat off to you.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
It's been great.
Thank you.